Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host Keith Andrew, and welcome to a holiday episode. It is season 13, episode 100, 1232. That is right, over 1232 episodes of the Keith Andrew Network available on YouTube. Our guest is an upcoming professional actor. You're going to hear from him from this commercial break. Back from a quick commercial break. Brian, it is great to have you back on the Keith Andrew Network, and happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays to yourself as well, and thank you for inviting me back. It's a pleasure being here with you again.
No, likewise. We have so many great subjects we're going to talk about. So the first one is we're going to talk about icebreakers. Tell our audience a little bit about yourself and the type of work that you do.
All right. Well, I am an actor. I'm also a writer. I write screenplays, horror, comedy, mafia. I've taken somebody's autobiography, a wonderful woman over in London, turned it into a script, looking to have that filmed in the spring of next year. I also have been married for 26 years. My wife would probably say longer than that, the way she feels. Ha ha. Otherwise, yeah, I just enjoying life and trying to do the best I can.
No, absolutely. Now, I don't remember our episode off the top of my head, but if everyone goes back to the Keith Andrew Network, you can enjoy over 1,000 episodes, and I will look up our number in a little bit. But the next one I want to talk to you about, I don't know if I asked you this before, how has COVID impacted your life, and do you see life in a different point of view?
I don't remember if you asked me this one before or not, but the answer is yes, it did impact me a little bit, or quite a bit, I should say. I was so focused on work, before everything happened, and even though I didn't really get drastically sick, knock on wood, but during the lockdown, I realized things that were more important. I realized to stop stressing out about things. I transitioned myself more towards trying to get out of the rat race and be home more, relaxed more, writing more, and focusing on friends and family.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. Before the pandemic started, my last official job was I was a cashier at Walmart, but everyone in my family has medical conditions. So I said, instead of bringing back, stomach viruses and flu, it's safer to stay home. But at the same time, I was working on my talk show, and I'm thinking, why not invest all my time and passion and energy into this and turn it into a job for myself? And that's what I've been doing for, knock on wood, for almost 13 years. You have to have the heart and passion to do what you love.
Exactly.
So the next one I want to talk to you about is, you mentioned, actually, let's stay on the subject for a couple more minutes. During the pandemic, because you mentioned you were an actor, how has that changed the acting industry?
It definitely impacted it during the lockdown because, nobody was able to do anything. You had some indie groups, they would test themselves and sequester themselves for a month, and nobody would ever see them again to make sure nothing happened. After that, as everything started opening up, they were cautious, but things started happening, and the work came back, especially in this area, New York, New Jersey. But really, since then, what's really been impacting it has been AI is just becoming rampant, and it's getting tougher to tell what's real, what's not, using AI for actors as opposed to real people, and it's really gonna be really tough dealing with that.
Well, no, you're absolutely right about that, and I am guilty of using AI because here on the Key Fans Network, we like to make funny fan made videos, from Jumbo Buck to Dumbo for the younger audience. So the Key Fans Network, we cater from the younger audience up to people our ages. So, if, for an example, my niece who's 10, she may not be interested in listening to me interview actors, but what else can she get behind? What else can I entertain her with? Well, I do voiceovers, I do video challenges, I make goofy videos with AI. So as long as you're using AI in a positive, beneficial way, that's good. However, on the downside of using AI, yes, it's true, you really can't tell who you're talking to. Recently, I came across on TikTok this girl. I thought she was good looking, but then I found out she never goes live. And I was like, why doesn't she go live? Because she is an AI bot. So it's people like that ruin things for everyone else. And I can only imagine in the entertainment world, it could be a blessing or a curse.
Agreed.
Now we're also being joined by our friend Joseph, who's also a professional actor, and I wanted you guys to interact with each other as well. Maybe he knows people in the business, you know people in the business, but here on the holiday episode, we like bringing people together. But I want your honest opinion about, with everything you have seen, and the good and the bad of AI, how has that made you feel? And Brian, we're gonna stay with you.
Yeah, I'm thinking as far as for what I've seen personally, I'm enjoying it, but I know what could happen. Like I've used it as a tool, like thinking up like plot lines or things like that for in my scripts. But when I actually think out the script itself, I try to avoid anything that could be used in that kind of way. Keep it more human based. Nothing really crazy out there except, whatever CGI could have done, AI could do things like that, but nothing like as in replacements.
No, I agree. Now we're gonna be joined by our friend Joseph when we come back from this commercial break. Okay, 3, 2, 1. We're back for the quick commercial break, and Joseph, thank you for joining us here on the Key Fans Network. First 2 questions I want to talk to you about is, how has COVID impacted your life, and do you see life in a different point of view?
Hey, how's it going? You said COVID?
Yes.
Well, COVID has not only impacted my life, but everyone else's. But I can say it.
Oh, if you can turn your screen sideways, I appreciate it. Sorry, that's what I was gesturing to.
How's that?
Now you're sideways, but it's not full screen.
Wow.
Oh, it's fine. Let's go back the other way. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
All right, so you were saying? Isn't this a great episode? Oh, you have to hit unmute. You mute yourself. Okay. Don't worry, I can always edit all of this. Okay, when you're ready, you were talking about COVID.
COVID has affected me personally in the fact that, you'll always have a sense of uncertainty in that aspect, because when I'm going out, let's say I'm out and about, if someone coughs near me, I'm like, oh God. I just instantly get the jitters, or if I feel like, if I have a cough, then I'm starting to get paranoid because I think, I might be coming down with it. Because honestly, like I can say that The world will never be the same after COVID, never. And plus, I had COVID, the first strain of it when it first came out, actually. So it's no fun. I'll never forget the scariest moment. I think is when I started coughing up blood.
Yeah, that's possibly, that is definitely a scary moment.
Yep. So, yeah, I thought I was dying, to tell you the truth, but, and I might have, but thank God I have a fairly healthy immune system.
So the good thing about the double interviews is I like bringing people together. Brian's been in the entertainment business for a long time, and Joseph, you know a lot of people in the entertainment world. So I want you two to connect. So I'm going to pass it over to you guys. Brian, do you have any questions you want to ask your fellow actor? Or Joseph, you want any subjects you want to talk about for both of us? This is a holiday episode. It's not your traditional episode of the interview.
Oh, okay. I understand. I'll answer to the best of my ability.
All right. Well, I'll just start by saying, nice to meet you, Joseph. Where are you from?
I'm from California.
Oh, East Coast, Jersey guy here. Cheers.
Cheers to you too. I know one or two acting buddies of mine in the east area. East area. So yeah, one day I'll visit.
Cool.
Some point.
Yeah. Wait till spring. It's a little cold right now.
I understand.
Just a little. Yeah.
Yeah, I
only 30
understand.
degrees up here.
Yeah. Yuck. What was the last project you were in, Joseph?
The last acting project I did was actually a stage play. It was pretty well received. To Killing Mockingbird.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. But I think as an actor, because like when you're acting, you're in that world, if you know what I mean. Even though it's written, but like like I felt the emotional anxiety of each character. Like I had to step away from it for a moment because it was just so intense for me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're living it, literally.
Yes. So like, yeah, it was hard for me to even go to sleep at night after that performance because like I felt the rawness and intensity of it.
But
yeah. I haven't been on stage since junior high school.
But you guys can definitely, well, let me ask you about this. Kid actors, I grew up watching them. For an example, I watched the kids from Home Improvement, Boy Meets World, Blue Bloods recently. There's some iCarly. Well, I mean, it's not really the same as Home Improvement, that other families thing, but kind of. But the point is, you get to see them grow up through the years.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the reason I mentioned Blue Bloods, Boy Meets World, and Home Improvement, you witness these kids from middle school, then through high school. So you watch them actually grow up through the TV seasons from 1, 2, and whatever. But you really don't know what happens behind the camera and what they really give up. So the reason I bring that up is I don't know if this is still going on. I don't know if they patched things up. The boy who did Corey Matthews from Boy Meets World pretty much had like a breakdown where he pretty much cut everyone off that he was working with for 30 years. They're obviously doing Girl Meets World, so obviously they're working together. But it's, Brian, let me ask you guys, it's kind of like, where do you draw the line? Yes, you spent your life entertaining. I'll give you an example. You were on a hit TV show. you spent your life entertaining me and Joseph, but at the same time, you kind of sacrifice your childhood for entertaining hundreds of strangers. So where do you have a balance? Passing it over to you.
I would hope nowadays it's better than it was in the 80s and even further back than that, or even the 90s. Kids were more taken advantage back then. They wouldn't have a life. Drew Barrymore is a very good example of that, where she was like on drugs and alcohol and she wasn't even a teenager yet. These days, at least in the unions, they try and protect them more with chaperones on set, parents on set, teachers on set, making sure they have trust funds so that they aren't taken advantage of. Hopefully, there's always ways around it, unfortunately. But it's still never going to be a perfect system, because the more famous you get, the more the fans will want more of you. And it's just, it's the same thing that happens to adults, but like tenfold, because they haven't learned how to cope with these kind of things yet. They're already dealing with peer pressure and stuff. So to deal with it as a kid versus an adult, you can't comprehend it. And I can't explain from a firsthand experience, because I was never in that world. I was never a kid actor. So I can't really judge then versus now. I can only go by what I've read. And there's always examples of good versus the system failed them.
Well,
so I really can't give you an answer.
No, you're absolutely right. And not to put you on the spot, I do apologize, but we always hear and see the aftermath. The kid from Home Alone. There's so many different stories. And the reason I also bring it up, one of my heroes and idols, Bret the Hitman Hart, he says, you're on the road 365 days a year. You miss weddings and funerals. Obviously, missing a funeral, we can all agree that's a part of life. No one should ever, drop whatever you're doing. Like, oh, this is a big event or something. But weddings and birthdays and graduations, you're always on the road. But at the same time, your kids miss those opportunities to have you part of them. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. On one hand, on one side of the sword, you have fame, you have fortune, you're on magazines, people are idolizing you. On the other hand of the sword is you gave up so much to get where you are, and because both of you are professional actors, you give up so much, but at the same time, people really don't know exactly what you're giving up. And Joseph, what do you think?
Well, yeah, because I was thinking about this when you mentioned that, because where I'm from a small farm community. And basically, when I said as a child that from the age of 8, that I knew I wanted to be in the entertainment industry, they were like, "What's that?" Like, they did, and I couldn't get upset with them, because life for them, the life they knew was milking cows, basically cutting the lawn, and doing this. So I couldn't get upset with them, because that was their mentality. But when you're that lone individual in the crowd who stands out, you don't go with the traditional crowd. I admit it's a pretty lonely life. It's a pretty lonely life, because there's not a lot of people backing you. There's not a lot of people supporting you, but you're doing what's in your heart. And then also, when you, because when you mentioned like these child stars give up their youth and innocence for entertainment, and yeah, I mean, yes, I can understand when you're pushed too fast to grow up early, because in some aspects that happened to me. I wasn't working in entertainment as a child, but my background is I had a sickly younger brother who had Down syndrome actually, and so I kind of had to. And my parents couldn't rely on I had an older brother, and not to talk about him, but he wasn't really focused on us. So I kind of had to step in his position. And so in some aspects, I kind of relate what they talk about. I didn't really get to do a whole lot of things that other kids did. And I was pushed to grow up pretty early as an adult. Yeah, but life is what you make it. And like what Brian said, Drew Barrymore, she got pushed into drugs because I believe that's also the environment you're in and your coping mechanism with how to deal with the stress you're under, if you know what I mean.
No, I agree. And, there's so many great actors that, unfortunately went through drugs, and most of them, not going to let it bounce back. Robert Downey Jr. is a phenomenal actor, and he almost committed suicide, but luckily, not going to let it. Here he is. But there's so many other actors that never gotten a chance. I was a fan of I Love Lucy, and from who she played on TV to the real person, either way you could take it, she acts like two different people. But the reason I bring it up, actually no, Wong Shaw, I'm sorry, not I Love Lucy, Bewitched. I love Bewitched. Yeah, I had a crush on Elizabeth Montgomery. Mm-hmm. And the one who played Darren, the first one, he was addicted to opioids.
Oh.
So there are scenes in parts of the show where she would be doing her skit by herself because you never knew the type of atmosphere or behavior. I can't think of his name off the top of my freaking head. How Darren, let's call him Darren, how Darren would come in because he was in so much pain, he was on drugs, and you didn't know. So they're like, okay, let's just do your skit, then we do Brian's skit, then we do Joseph's skit, and it looks like we're all in separate, we are in separate rooms, but we can put it together at the end, it looks like we're all in the same place.
Right.
But anyway, drugs, the whole thing of the 70s, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Everyone's like, hey, that was the mentality of the 70s and the 80s, maybe 60s, Brian, I guess, 60s. But, the 70s and the 80s, that was the mentality. But things do change over the years. Not always for the better, because me and Brian were just talking earlier about AI. From the good parts to the negative parts. But then that's enough anime. But I want to pass it over to you guys. Brian, on the road to Christmas, that's in about, probably next week or so.
About 2 weeks.
What are you thankful for the holidays, and what are you looking forward to in the new year?
Well, for me, what I'm thankful for would be surviving another year. My business of writing scripts is doing better than the year before. As far as for next year, obviously continuing to get better. And also, like I had mentioned before, autobiography, Woman Over in London, I turned her book into a script, and hopefully it'll be filmed in the spring.
Oh, cool.
If that's the case, then I'll have to go to London.
Oh, cool. That's very cool.
What about you, Joseph?
Thanks.
What are you looking forward for the holidays and the new year?
Oh wow. Well, this year, I'm just glad I made it through this year, because this year was tough on me, boy. I had a rough year this year. But, I'm still smiling. I'm still here. I'm still punching away. I just, it's always, we take it for granted. But if I get to spend another year of Christmas with my family and my loved ones, that's a blessing in itself. If I if I don't have gifts for them or they don't have gifts for me, as long as their presence is in my life, I'm thankful and grateful, and I'm hoping for the upcoming year. I got a few projects in mind. A few projects. I'm completing one script for a producer slash actress. I'm working on her script. I'm hoping to have hers finished by late January, and then I have a few martial arts films that I got lined up for next year. And so, I'm gonna have to really bust my butt in the gym. I'm not looking forward to that, but it's gonna be worth it. Hopefully by the end of next year, you guys will start seeing more of my action flicks being put out.
Yeah, I want to talk
Congrats.
to you. Oh, go ahead,
Oh,
Brian.
thank you.
One thing I wanted to talk to you about, you guys, is I want to talk about the big elephant in the room. And I want you to be brutally honest. I have no cards on my sleeve. Now, originally, I was supposed to have like 6 other people with us. But the fact I say I pay for my interviews, it's kind of like a big turnoff for them. I don't know. I want both of you to be completely honest. How do you feel about me charging my interviews? And shouldn't it make a difference? Because what you get out of it is you get a professional interview, you get an article, you get a recommendation, you meet new people, you're on a professional show. And to make a long story short, a long time ago, I worked at Walmart. And during that time, I was also interviewing. And people say, you put so much work into this, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing the editing. What do you exactly get out of it? And I said, nothing. I get the exposure. And they're like, well, people should hire you to interview them, to give them the exposure what they need. So I followed their lead. And so I made a price of $32.60, and maybe sometimes it's $34.60, something reasonable. So a lot of people recently have been jumping down my throat saying, I'm a horrible person, you're taking advantage of people. But I have worked with both of you numerous times, and I'm looking forward to working with both of you again. But Brian, I want to start off with you. What is your opinion about me offering my service? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think I should scale it back and maybe rephrase it? Your honest opinion.
As long as you say up front that you charge, you're not suckering somebody after it's done, that's fine. I mean, you're doing a service, it's your job, and it's not an exorbitant amount. I can understand the other side of the coin. Some people feel they should not have to pay. I've been on a couple where I didn't pay. I've been on a few where I have paid. I mean, everyone has a price limit. Some people just have I already forgot the word, take two, but pride, sense of, not pride, but
dignity.
A set of rules.
Yeah.
That's not dignity. It's just a set of rules. Like, I'm not going to do this, and as long as they abide by their rules, that's fine. And like I said, you state it up ahead of time. It's their choice if they want to or not.
No, I agree. What about you, Joseph? Be brutally honest.
I know you're fine. You have to eat. That's the important thing. You have to eat and you have to pay your bills. This is how you eat and you pay your bills. You're not hustling nobody. You're not trying to. Now, if like Brian said, if you were charging more and you're upfront with people, you let them know before you come on the show you had to pay this amount of fee, and that's just, and I understand because you're entrepreneurial, and this is how you make your living in life, and that's why I support you, because I can relate to you.
But the biggest thing before I get to all that, I mentioned I'm a talk show host with a disability who wants to inspire people. That's not a catchphrase. That's not like a guilt trip. I do have a disability, and I do want to inspire people with and without disabilities. But I don't know. It's just recently more people seem to be turning on me, and it's like, long story short, if I was doing this in the very beginning, I wouldn't have had 1,000 episodes. But people, you know how you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't really please people. But this is not about me. We can do that episode some other time. But I am very thankful for both of you being here. We will do a one-on-one interview again, because I do enjoy both of your companies. But going forward, it was a real honor and privilege having you both on the show. I hope
pleasure.
I made a good impression.
Oh, definitely.
By being on the show, it isn't about me. It's about you. You're getting freedom of speech, self-expression, anything you need promoted and shared. That's my job. So you're hiring me to represent you and present you and promote anything you're working on. So this is more of your thing than it is mine. But with that being said, it's going to kick us off in 2 minutes, but it was a real honor and privilege having both of you with us. This will be shared tomorrow in 24 hours. And until we meet again, I catch you later. Thank you, and have a good night.
Good night to you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you. And
Nice
thank
meeting
you
you
again.
too.